right, and then try and upload the episode. When it's like, if we get this Google Drive thing going, then I can sit in the backyard.
Yeah.
And sit in my bedroom. I can sit wherever I want, as long as I got internet connection. Are we live, Kieran?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We are live.
Hello.
So episode 240. I don't know why, but I've just been sitting with the ones for the last couple of days, doing all the Instagram posts and this and that, but 240. It's a long time. Yeah, it's not bad.
That's a lot of
How do you
episodes.
feel about it, Cooper?
You know what? I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm very happy you're here as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you are a DJ, a producer.
Yes.
You've been in the scene for a while now?
Almost. I think it's either just over or just under 3 years now.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
As we started coming out of COVID and everything.
How have you found the scene so far? What got you into music? What do you do?
Well, I was saying just before, this is while we were in COVID. I was driving to work one day, had my music on, and was just chilling, and then One More Time by Daft Punk came on.
Hell yeah!
And I was driving, I was vibing along as I always do. I was like, holy shit, I should be a DJ. And as simple as
Just
that, no joke, I went home from work, got on the internet, ordered a set of decks.
What decks did you get?
I started on a DDJ 200 because it was all I could afford at the time.
But it's cheap and it's good, right?
It's cheap, it's Pioneer, so it gets you into getting used to record box and that sort of thing.
That's it. Sorry, I'm just sharing it as well. But so
that's the one there. It's it's
hell
tiny.
Yeah.
You can
that's
pretty much
back to front
almost
though,
fit
right?
it. Yeah.
You
can almost fit it in the palm of your hand. But yeah, that's what I started on. And then eventually upgraded to the DDJ 400, which everyone swears by.
I don't understand why they swear by that.
Because it's a cheap entry level controller, and it just gets you used to everything. It's got looping, your hot cues, everything you need on there, and your effects.
How it's a light little thing, and you can just run it off USB. You don't need power.
USB into your laptop, and you're good to go.
Yeah, because I want to get some Pioneer. Oh, that's a gold one. Oh, I want to get some Pioneer equipment, but I just don't know what to get because there's so many different options, right?
Yeah.
What do you prefer to play on? The 2000 Nexus, the 900 Nexus, XDJ 1000 Mark II.
If I'm being honest, I love the 3000s. The feel of the 3000s. The screen size, just all the buttons you've got.
Can we pull up the 3000?
And then the A9 mixer.
The A9, okay.
The A9 mixer is probably the best mixer for back-to-backs as well.
Okay.
So you've got two headphone inputs, and you can actually cue. So say I'm playing and someone else wants to bring in a song, they can cue it so that they can only hear it in their headphones and I don't hear it in mine. And then vice versa.
On the A9 mixer?
On the A9 mixer.
Can we Google the A9 mixer? And how much does it cost? It's probably way too expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's out of my budget. Let's have a look.
Yeah, the DJM A9.
Go all. Let's have a look. Store DJ. What do you got for me, Store DJ?
$5,000.
5K. That is a decent. Well, that's a second-hand car.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's a second-hand 2001 XR6 right there.
Perfect. Just what you need.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's something I just can't get over. It's just there's so many different bits of Pioneer equipment. But how did you find learning the big boy decks? I mean, that's what they call them, right? Big boy decks.
Honestly, it was it was interesting at first.
Because you did the 200,
I went from
400.
going on this little all-in-one and having my laptop there to then having 4 of these massive decks in front of me and a massive mixer, and I'm just looking at it.
Where did you practice? Who taught you?
Blackout was the one who taught me how to DJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we pull up Blackout? So there's no A in his name though.
No, it's BL.
It's Daniel Richillin, isn't it? He's making big moves.
Him and Don Darko.
Yeah.
Pretty much the reason I am where I am. Those two, they've been
big shout
from the
out to those
get-go.
guys.
Yeah, massive shout out to those two. They've
just been inspirations and took you under their wing.
Unbelievable helps. Yeah, they pretty much took me under their wing.
That's amazing.
Even still now, it started off as a mentor-student kind of thing, and now they're 2 of my best mates.
How did you meet them? How did you get involved with them?
An ad came up on my TikTok one day of Quincy talking about wanting to become a DJ. He's do you want to become a DJ and have a gig in 10 weeks? And I was this was right around the time I was maybe I should become a DJ.
Yeah.
And then I signed up, had a call with him.
So did you get the 200 and the 400 before that?
So I had the 200 and then got the 400, and then I started learning on the CDJs with them.
Yeah, hell yeah. But then so what? You got the ad.
Got the ad, just filled in my info. And Quincy and I booked in a call. Yeah. Spoke about what my goals were, and then.
And away from there,
Away from there, he's I'll set you up with an instructor.
Hell
yeah, that's when I got introduced to Dan, and then
So what type of music are you even into? I forgot to ask that.
Man, I could pull up my Spotify and click shuffle, and it'll go from like the heaviest drum and bass you've heard, to next minute playing Ed Sheeran, and then we'll go, and then we'll start playing the Beatles. Like it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's good.
Like I've always loved my music. Like
that's the way to do it. But that's the way to do it. It's just music is music.
Exactly.
Music is subjective. What you like, I might not like. What I like, you might not like. It's there's just so much music out there.
Yeah,
it's just so much out there. But Beatles are epic. Ed Sheeran, the girls love Ed Sheeran, and I have to play Ed Sheeran as well. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
But it's just like, every artist is an artist. Big shout out.
Oh, that's my dad.
Oh, big shout out to your dad. Yeah, Cooper's going places. So then with Coop'd Up, I mean, it obviously came from your name.
Yeah, it came from the name. So I was working, because I work at JB Hi-Fi full time, which is what it seems to be a lot of DJs in Perth at this point.
Like
it's like if you're a DJ, you work at JB Hi-Fi. There's no in between.
Discounts. It's all about the discounts.
Exactly. But yeah, so I was at working, this was I'd started there around the same time, that I was starting the DJing, with Dan and everything.
Yeah.
And someone's like, what's your DJ name going to be? And I was umming and ahhing. I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, why don't you go for Coop'd Up? And I was like, fuck, that's pretty cool.
I gotta say, I like that. Yeah, it's not bad.
And it's like, how are you gonna spell it? And I was like, take the E out, put an apostrophe, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah,
and then
Coop's. Yeah.
Just stuck with it.
It's a good name, yeah. And it's unique because no one else has that in Perth, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it works. So from the 200 to the 400, then to the spaceship. How did you find learning the spaceship?
Just intimidating at first, as you'd imagine. Yeah,
but then it's just I forgot how big they actually are, and they're literally
when you end up having a full setup, it's
a full force setup. It's massive.
Jesus.
It's like 2.1 meters long almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a long bit of a kit.
And then so it's I just started practicing more and more with it, and I was starting.
Did you hire it out, or did you go?
I did a 10-week course. So every week we'd do an hour-long lesson.
Hell yeah! Okay.
And then this was when I started finding out about the Hen House and Perth DJ Hub.
Yep.
So me and all my mates were just because we were all kind of learning together.
Yeah.
And we just started renting it out and going once or twice a week and just fucking around.
Can we Google those places? Funnily enough, I might be getting one of the owners on from the Hen House, from Perth DJ Hub, and going in there the other day, so cool.
The main stage room.
Yeah.
That room's dope. With their lighting and everything behind it.
What, at Hen House?
DJ Hub.
Yeah, pull up Perth DJ Hub.
Because I think they've got 4 rooms you can hire now.
Yeah. And they when I went in there, they were building the last room or something.
Yeah, they're building another room, yeah.
Yeah. And it just looks so cool in there. But it's awesome that they have provided spaces for people to go and just go practice. And it's
almost having a full club set up in there.
But I didn't even realize as well. So they hire the equipment out as well.
Yeah, they hire the equipment out as well.
Yeah, and I had no idea because I went there because I practiced my first set on Pioneer equipment on the XZ.
Oh yeah.
It's an interesting bit of kit. I don't know if I like it or not. But in saying that though, because I went there to go and play on 3000s just to try and learn CDJs and go and learn Pioneer, they were like, no, extra $50, you can take the equipment home.
Yeah.
So for $100, they let me hire it out for 3 days. And I was like, fuck, all right.
I'll take it.
Yeah, they're very reasonable. They're very good people. And honestly, Hen House and Perth DJ Studio.
One thing I love about them is they just did a massive survey to so if you've ever booked with them, they sent out an email and they're like, if you fill in this survey for us and help us get some feedback, we'll send you a voucher to use for the next time you come through.
Epic.
And you can save yourself some money.
Yeah, because it's just a local business, right?
Yeah.
And doing a survey, it's important for them because they need to know what people like.
And instead of just taking the feedback and doing their own thing with it, they took the feedback, implemented it, and then sent out an email to everyone saying, here's what we've implemented from your feedback that we've given you.
That's epic. That's really good.
And I was not expecting that. And then to get that email and read everything they've implemented, it makes you feel good. It's
when I interview him, I'll bringing that up because that's epic. That's really good. It's just good personal relations, customer relations, 100%. But then, so with the DJing, so what genre do you normally play?
My main genre is drum and bass.
Okay, I see.
Do some commercial gigs here and there.
Really?
I don't do them. I don't do them under Coop'd Up.
Okay. Well, you have another name.
No, I just do them as I don't advertise them. It's just a side thing as a bit of extra money.
How often do you do commercial gigs then?
Every couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's
here and there.
Yeah, just a bit extra coin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, the Main genre is drum and bass.
Hell yeah. Then how many gigs have you played so far? Because 3 years has been a while, right?
Quite a few.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
fair.
no, it's there's like I've played Magnet a few times for some takeovers.
Yeah?
Played the Vault a few times. Geisha, Jackrabbit Slims.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the clubs and all that.
Yeah.
What's your favourite club? Like,
I'd say top 3.
yeah.
Should we go off what I've played or what I've
Out
been
of the
to?
10 that we have?
Okay, for the ones that I've played, I'd say the Vault, Geisha, and Slims,
Yep.
and the Rechabite. Rechabite's dope, even if you're downstairs or in the main hall.
Yeah.
Both are sick.
Yeah, it's such a good spot, yeah.
But then I think my favourite venue to attend events at has to be Metro City.
Metro City.
Like, that venue's something else, and that's the next goal, is to play main stage there.
Yeah, that would be. Apparently, the sound systems. I don't know. Everyone whinges about the sound system in every.
When I was
venue.
last there, the sound was the loudest I'd ever heard it.
That's good then. I'm glad.
Like even with earplugs in, I was like, "Fuck, this is loud."
Yeah. Okay. Look after your hearing.
Look after your hearing.
Yeah.
Invest in earplugs.
Yeah.
That's the one piece of advice you need. Get earplugs.
I don't wear earplugs. I should, but I don't really go out to loud things that much anymore anyway. I just DJ at home or DJ at work and this and that and wherever. But yeah, so learning the spaceship and with drum and bass. So like, how have you found it playing out and about? And like, do you just like keep learning as you go? Like, do you have these?
Well, the one thing you kind of have to do is like adapt to the equipment you have, because obviously they all look the same, but depending on like their service history, how they've been used, all that sort of thing,
what software
it's gonna be different every time you play on a set of CDJs.
Yeah,
like there's been some where I've seen it delete hot cues and memory cues, which will get you tested in the moment, and you're like, fuck, what do I do here?
Yeah, wow.
But then there's other times where it's like crisp condition, and it's like, this is perfect.
What would you recommend for new people starting out? Like when analyzing your your music and like putting it together, just hot cue everything. Like
everyone does it differently. So like I'd say find a system that works for you.
Yeah, like what's
for
your
me?
system?
I do every 16 bars, because like with drum and bass, there's so many subgenres.
Yeah,
I mainly do dance floor, and with a lot of dance floor, it's pretty much 16 bar intro, 16 bar verse, 16 bar build up, and then 16 bar or 32 bar
so
drop.
You can just
so I just set the memory cues every 16 bars, and then I'll set hot cues, one at the start of the song, and then I'll probably set another one where I start to transition out, because I know that's how I play my songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say learn your songs.
Yeah,
that's the big
100%.
thing.
Yeah, that it is one of the most important things.
100%.
And it's quite funny because then it's like, if we were to just like, I don't know, if you were DJing in my backyard, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump on. I don't know what's on your thumb drive.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I'll jump on your thumb drive and be like, oh shit, what's this? Like, yeah, I'll make this work.
And then like learning phrasing, because like you'll
Yeah.
like mixing, like you have to do it perfectly with phrasing. Like you don't want to mix an intro into a verse, and like you don't want to mix a drop into a verse as well.
I've just started like experimenting, just on Tractor though, but like actually like layering vocals. And it does work.
At times it works.
At times.
If they can complement each other.
Yeah, and even doing like half a bar out or a full bar out. It's like if you are literally in that delay, maybe not a full bar, but like a half bar, you can kind of get like an echoing effect by like layering the vocals, but it's still so difficult though. And you really got to know your music. It's
exactly.
It all comes down to
like
that.
Preparing my set for this weekend, I was like, some times that was happening, I'm like, does this work? And I sent videos to a few people. I'm like, what do you think? And they're like, yeah, sick. Like the vocals complement each other so well. But it's like one's like full proper singing, the other's like vocal chops and stuff.
Yeah.
So they just work together.
Well, how long does it take for you to prepare for a set normally?
With me, I am a serial set prepper.
Hell yeah.
As in like, it'll probably get to Saturday morning before Inhibit, and I'll
still
be
prepping?
changing some last minute songs and adding stuff and taking stuff out, but it varies. Like
how long do you normally play for? Like for an hour or?
Most of the time it's an hour.
And then how many
like,
songs do you prep for an hour, roughly?
For this weekend, I think I've got 55 songs for the hour.
Yeah, damn.
But a lot of
for an
that's like
hour.
double drops and stuff. So like, it works. But like, there's some people I know like that'll do like 70 in an hour.
Yeah.
Because they'll do doubles and triples, and it's like, Jesus. But
that's why I find it so interesting, because it was like when you do double drops, you're layering and on top of layering.
Yeah.
But then it sounds good, but then it's like, because in your definition, so when you go to do a double drop, do you take the mids out or the lows out?
I take the lows out.
Just the lows.
If you have too many of one,
yeah, it would just sound muddled.
sound muddy.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it. So if I'm especially with dance floor drum and bass, because pretty much all of it uses an 8th note mid bass. 8th note mid bass. So it's like if you listen, you'll hear like a da 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 in the like, and it's just rolling. So if you have both of them playing at the same time, it's going to sound muddy.
Yeah.
So you just turn down the lows on one.
Interesting.
And then it still works, because you'll still have the synths and everything from the song you've taken the lows out of.
Yeah.
But then you'll still have the bass and the synths from the first song as well.
And that's it. And usually the bass can be quite loud. And it's like the most prominent thing sometimes within the song. So it would just muddle it, right?
Yeah.
Just muddy everything up. Yeah. Interesting. But then, so like, what other tricks do you do with your gigs then? Like, how do you make your gigs unique compared to other people's gigs, other people's sets?
A lot of crate digging.
A lot of crate digging.
Yeah.
So like sitting on
instead of
Beatport,
just
or?
going and no, so I don't go on Beatport.
Okay.
So I'll take some songs from the Beatport Top 100 because I know it's what people want to hear.
Yep.
But then a lot of other songs I'll either try and make songs to play and test new songs out, or I'll try and play songs that you never hear out.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, like there's quite a few songs that I've put in this set that you don't hear people play out.
No,
and I'm very keen to see how it goes.
But then like, what are you rostered on the set list, on the time list?
So 5:30 till 6:30 this Sunday, or Saturday, sorry. So it'll be sunset at the court, which is going to be dope.
Are they still doing the thing where they finish the event at like 10 p.m?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How is that? Do you know how that's been going? Is it still alright?
It's still alright. Like a lot of people will go out afterwards if there's other events.
That's
like
what I'm
this
thinking.
week I think it's Noctu's on at Villa, so literally down the road.
Yeah.
People can leave and go down there, but
Yeah, because that's one thing I've always found so interesting, where it's like the court have like a heavy drum and bass night, have an Inhibit gig, and it finishes at 10.
and then they've just got their next DJ that comes on and just starts playing commercial.
Yeah, and just goes straight into Katy Perry.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, right, everyone get out. Like, if
like
you want to stick around for
go.
ABBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting how they do that. But
Yeah.
like, it's to keep everyone happy.
Exactly.
In a way. Even though it's only 2 hours. But, because like, can we pull up the event, the Inhibit event? So is it like 2 p.m. start? Or
Starts at 4, so...
Starts at 4, okay.
Yeah,
hell
4 till 10, so
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah, that's a
Which
good...
is still a decent event. Yeah, that's the one
it.
there.
So, Grey's headlining.
Grey's headlining, Blackout is the special guest.
With Defier?
This show was a very full circle moment for me.
Okay.
Because when I first started doing the lessons and getting into the drum and bass, Blackout took me to my first Inhibit, introduced me to like my first big artists, and it was like a guy that we'd both listened to. And then, sure enough, we come to now, and my first Inhibit is supporting the guy who took me to my first Inhibit.
That's so good, though.
So I'm very happy. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better show, to be honest.
Yeah, Daniel, I hope you're listening. No, it's epic, though. It's so good.
Yeah, and even the local lineup, like Defier and Princess Massacre, are both sick in their own regard.
Princess Massacre yet. But
She's dope. She's wicked DJ.
If you're watching, you should come on the potty. Come on the podcast. Because, yeah, it's just like there's so much talent in this city.
There is.
And it's like I've gone through 240 guests now. I'm trying to find more guests. So if you're watching and you want to come on this thing, hit me up, please. I will get you on. But it's going to be epic. So you've got quite a few songs. You got, did you say 3 decks to play on there? Or is it going to be 4 decks?
It'll be a 4-deck setup. So, and all 4 decks will be getting used.
Yeah, that's epic. Where do you practice then? So do you like?
So at home, I've upgraded from the 400 now to the DDJ 1000.
1000. Okay.
So essentially, it's still just the 2 jog wheels, but it's 4 channels. So you can switch between deck.
The DDJ 1000. And how do you find that from jumping from 1000 to like 3000s or 2000s or?
When I was talking to someone about getting like the DDJ 1000, right? They were like, it's probably going to be the best controller that you can get because it's the same size as a CDJ and the same mixer setup, but having to change between the decks with one little button is wild.
So that's where...
And it'll get you going a lot quicker and like more fluent with it.
But it's only laptop, isn't it?
But it's only laptop.
That's the only thing, yeah. Because that's what I mean. Like, I want to get some Pioneer equipment, but then if that's laptop only, it's just difficult.
So yeah, if you go back to that last photo, you'll see the top left, just next to the jog wheel, there's like that small little grey circle to the top left. Yeah, that one there. So that one there is what you use to switch between the 2 decks.
Yeah. So yeah, that way it's a 4 channel. Yeah. It's the way to do it. But that's where it's like, it's almost not worth buying an RX3. It's almost worth like spending that little
For
bit
drum and bass, I'd say either try and invest in a setup.
Yeah, 4-channel.
Go for one of these, or save up and get one of those new all-in-one 4 channels.
Yeah, because I've been eyeing off the AZ, and the AZ looks really good. But then can we pull up the Pioneer AZ and then the Pioneer Opus Quad?
The Opus Quad is dope. I played on that for the first time a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, but see, that's where everyone's like, oh, I don't know, it's a different shape and it's this and it's that. But it's like, it's got everything that the XZ has. The only difference between the AZ, the only difference between the AZ and the Opus Quad. The AZ, you can stream Beatport and like the other streaming services, right? AZ, you cannot do that. Click on the back, if that's right. That photo there, yeah. Now, the other one. Now, zoom in on that. And then look up the Opus Quad. Did you guys know, for everyone watching, so you can see you've got your input, right? So you've got 2 XLR input, 1 RCA, and 1/4 inch, right? On that left-hand side there.
Yeah.
Then on your out, you can add your channel 3 and your channel 4 for like, I don't know, you want to add a CDJ or whatever, right?
Yeah,
and you
right.
got your 2 mics. So it's still only limited to 4 channel, but you can plug in extra controllers. But if you look up the Opus Quad now, the Opus Quad actually has a second master output.
Really?
So then what you can do is that if I was to do my streaming, I can run 1 XLR that's mono out to my laptop.
Oh, and run it through OBS or something.
Yeah, run it through OBS, run it through whatever. So technically the Opus Quad is better than the AZ, I reckon, for certain things.
Yeah, right.
But apparently the AZ has got more features on it. I don't know. It's just, they're just all so expensive. See, look, yeah, so zoom in. And see how on the far right, you have the balanced, you have the, look, so yeah, zoom in. More. You have 2 XLR inputs. So you have your master and your zone. And your booth. And your line phono. For channel 3 and channel 4. But how interesting is that? So you have 4 XLR inputs.
Jesus Christ.
Instead of 2. So I want to play around with that. I really want to... And look, you got your... Yeah. It's just a bit different. Zoom out a bit more. Kieran, if that's right. Yeah. I don't know. Technology's technology. That thing's like $5,000.
Yeah.
And the AZ's like $5,500. And it's just like, I would love to have one of those things, but it's just... It's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you could have one deck, what would it be?
Like my dream setup?
Yeah, what is your dream setup? Right.
4 CDJ 3000s and a DJ MA9.
It's just that. It's hands down.
Just club setup at home.
Just casual 15K. Like.
Probably closer to 20. But
Yeah,
like,
probably closer to 20.
Yeah, probably not anytime
3000s.
soon.
But yeah, no. So it's very interesting the new equipment that Pioneer's coming out with, right?
Yeah,
it's just
they're trying to move away from the Pioneer name. That's the thing. They're like
Opus
Alpha
Quad.
Theta now.
Yeah, someone else bought them. Yeah, but everyone knows Pioneer is Pioneer.
Yeah,
It's just how it is. Big shout out Levi. Yeah, that's it. They did more 4-channel versions, more all-in-one 4-channel versions. But then how would they control the market? They can't. Like, they have to do it. It's like, no, you have to spend $5,500 for a 4-channel USB powered, well, USB thumb drive bloody mixer. But anyway, enough about that. We're just talking
to
about
answer that question from Fran, pretty much only produce drum and bass. I want to start delving into like messing around with some other genres.
Okay.
But at the moment it's just drum and bass.
Well, let's dive into that. So production, where did that begin?
So that began after I'd started DJing, was getting comfortable with it. Don Darko and Blackout sat me down. They're like, have you thought about doing production? I was
They
like,
both sat you down and was like, dude,
I was like,
you should
dude,
do it.
have you thought about production? And I was like, no, I have not. And I'd never thought about it. And they're like, sit with it. And I'm like, okay. And then messaged them. I was like, yeah. So
Let's do
I
it.
think I want to get into production.
Yeah.
So I started doing lessons with them.
Like free, paid, one-on-ones,
paid,
or?
free, some here and there.
Yeah, nice.
And then it got to a point where I started doing lessons with one of the boys from Echo and Sidetrack.
Okay. From Echo and Sidetrack.
Yeah.
Hell
so
yeah. Okay.
Done some lessons with him. Dope.
Yeah.
Like, there was stuff I've learned from each and every one of them. Unreal.
Definitely pull those guys up. Like, big shout out to those guys. Echo and Sidetrack. Probably one of the coolest drum and bass producers we have in Australia.
Yeah.
Not even in just Western Australia. In Australia.
Yeah. Like, those boys have been smashing it at the moment.
They've been around for a long time. And they're just incredible what they do.
Yeah.
So good.
And they're two of the nicest guys you'll meet as well.
Yeah. I
Like,
think,
they're so humble as well.
I think I've maybe met them once or twice in passing, like forever ago at Capital, like a long, long time ago, but I didn't really know who they were. And then I realised, like, wait a minute, they're signed to, they've got music on video games and stuff.
Yeah.
Can we look up Echo and Sidetrack where they're featured on video games?
I think it's like a Forza game.
Yeah, I
or
was about to say,
something.
if they've got a song on Forza, like, what the fuck? See if you can find Forza Horizon soundtrack, Echo and Sidetrack.
What was it they were on? I remember looking at this the other day and I was like, what?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, look, they're on UKF. They're on this, they're on that. Yeah, you might have to look up like featured on or something like that. But yeah, no. So then with the production, how are you finding it? And how many songs have you released? And like,
So
you've
in
got a
terms of
SoundCloud.
songs that I've released,
You got a Spotify as well and everything.
yeah, it's a bit of both. SoundCloud I mainly use for my mixes and bootlegs.
Yeah.
But
We'll find it
then-
later on, Kieran.
Like with Spotify's for the originals. So in terms of how many I've released, 1, 2, 3. So I've released 4 originals,
Hell
and then
yeah.
there's
Can
2
we explore those,
remixes
if that's
from one of my own songs.
And you've got 2 remixes as well. People have remixed your own songs.
Yeah, so
Hell
both
yeah.
both Perth boys, I reached out to them. I was like, hey guys, do you want to do remixes?
That's
And I was
epic.
so happy with how they turned out. I was like, do you guys actually want to release these? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, Flash Cult and Juddy remixed Night of Your Life.
That's
And what
so
they
cool.
both did with it, smashed it out of the park. Like, the original's like just a very vibey, dancey song. Juddy turned it into like a heavy jump up song, but it still works. And then Flash Cult turned it into more of like a roller, minimal track.
Hell
and
yeah,
they
can we play
both
them?
work.
We'll play them and we'll put them in the background. We'll, get them to play through the stream and stuff. But then, so what? You'll have to swap it off of my phone. That's good. So bottom right. Yep, that one. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, interesting. It's on my SoundCloud. So then, what's the inspiration for this song? Where did you get the name from? How long did it take you to make it? Give me the
so
whole
the
rundown.
inspiration for this song was just like, it was at a point where I was going out with like friends a lot of the time, and I was like, just like that vibe you have like when you're all together, life is good, like
Yeah.
you just feel happy. I was like, I want to make a song that captures that feeling.
Fuck.
So then
yeah.
I was looking through vocals and stuff and found this vocal, and sure enough it's like, come with me, I'll take you for the ride of your life, the night of your life. And I was like, Night of Your Life, that's a cool title for a song. So that's Johnny's
That's
remix,
how
and he
you do it.
smashed it.
It's like you get 4
And
bars
like,
or whatever. It was
The
like,
first
nice.
time I played it out, like everyone went mental, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, VIP!" I was like, "No, I can't do anything like that. That's all Juddy." And then like it even gets like a bit jungly as well. Like he has like a jungle breakdown
It's
in
so
it.
clean. Like it's so nice.
He's
and
one of the
rounded.
most underrated producers, in my opinion, from Perth, and he doesn't release music. He sits on all this music, and I'm like, man,
Juddy,
you need
should
to
come on
release
here.
your music.
Juddy, you should come on here and we'll explore your music. That sounds like it's so nice.
It's just like, it's perfect, in my opinion.
so good. Well, let's listen to what's Flash Cult's version like.
Yeah, his is a lot
we got
more
more.
minimal.
So Us by Shotgun. No. Give it a heart. Only heart reacts. For Fran.
No, we can give a ha-ha to that one, because that's my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brody. Yeah.
But yeah, like
No.
Flash Cult's is like
Only Fran's hearts.
So the Flash Cult one's a completely different vibe.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, very talented guy.
Like if you play that one, like it's more minimal, but it still works.
Hell yeah. Can we pull up your SoundCloud as well?
Yeah,
let's
of course,
explore,
yeah.
Let's explore all of that. Let's go through all of this stuff. It's so cool. Give him a follow as well. I see what you mean. He's made it more minimal, but it's still
it's more
groovy.
minimal, but it's still groovy.
Yeah.
Like on New Year's Day after No One But Us, I played at the Vault, and I was like, cool, I can still play my own music, but it fits the vibe of what the set is.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
And like he played like one of the last Inhibit shows for the Shogun audio show, so they had like Monroe, Dusky,
really?
all these headliners, and he rocked up and I was like, oh, you should play the song, and he's like, I don't think I have it, and then sure enough it gets to the end of his set and he plays the last song, and this came on and I was like, what? And like the crowd were loving it, and it's like just this surreal feeling of seeing everyone enjoy your music.
Yeah. It'd be insane. It'd be so good. It's like, I made this. They're dancing to it. Oh my god. They don't know I made this.
Like there's one song that I've like, it's unreleased, and I've sent it out to a few people, and we've got them to play it out a few times, and it's like just to test the crowd reactions, and like people are loving it. So I think we're gonna have to get that like one release soon.
That's so good. But then
like every time, like all my friends know it's my song now, so every time it comes on, they're all like jumping around me. So people are probably watching. People are probably watching, going, "Why are they getting so excited about this song?" And then,
do you have any like bootlegs?
So on SoundCloud there's a few. So a few of them have done alright. The biggest one, which I wasn't expecting, was the Rufus to Soul one. That's done
on my knees.
It's almost 25k now.
Do you reckon we might get copyrighted for it, potentially?
Potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just turning it into like a dance floor song.
Maybe not. Yeah, we got to be very careful with the copyright. Maybe play the top one.
So that's my most recent original. Are You Better Now? Yeah, so that's... The story with this song is wild. Like, I wrote this song November last year.
Did you do the graphics as well? Or?
No, so this was the first song I released with a label in the UK called Inverse Records. Wow. We had a piece of concept art originally, and the concept art was like just thrown together in about 5 minutes just to get an idea, and that's what it turned into.
That's cool though.
And yeah, wild. So that song I wrote November last year. I was going through like a really rough time, like a whole bunch of personal stuff in life, like on a down. And I was like, I just need to channel my emotions into a song just to get all of this out.
It's the right way to do it.
I wrote this song, sat on it for a while, went through so many different versions of it, and then sent it to the label, and they're like, yeah, we see the potential in this, let's sign it. So then it came out 3 weeks ago.
Track as well, if that's right.
Yeah, it came out 3 weeks ago, and then it was doing all right for the first couple of days. Was at like 300 plays after a couple of days, and I was like, okay, like it's doing all right. And then I woke up the next morning and it was at 1,600 plays, and I was like, what the hell is happening here? And ever since that day, for the last 2 weeks,
it's just been
going up and up, and the fact that it's on pretty much 9,000 plays now, I was like, what? This is like, and so things are starting to happen here.
And this is just like, you just made this?
I made this,
yeah, no influence from others, or like, no, wow. How long have you been producing for in total?
Just over a year.
Just over a year.
So I released my first original song a year ago. Yeah. And I look at that song compared to this, and I'm like, oh. But it's good because I can look at it and be like, this is the progress. And like people like, each time you release a song now, like you're just getting better and better.
It's all just, it's amazing to be able to look back on it. And literally it's like 10 years, 15 years, be like, hey, look, I remember that song. I remember doing that.
And like getting to play it out for the first time, like the week before it came out, I played it out for the first time. Because I hadn't had any gigs where I had a chance to play it out. Like I played it at a few parties and stuff. But first proper club set and had the chance to play it out, and everyone went off when it dropped. And I was like, okay, we might be onto something here.
Yeah, that's so good.
So then, yeah, it's getting played out this weekend at the Court, which I'm very excited to play it out for the first time.
Hell yeah.
It comes in at a very good point in the set. That's without spoiling too much of the set.
How many times have you practiced your set?
I've practiced it a fair bit just to get it right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tomorrow night will be the last time I practice it. I'll do one final run through and then...
That's pretty good.
But yeah, so...
How are you finding production though? Like, it's so hard.
I do it more than DJing now.
Pardon, sorry?
I do it more than I DJ now.
Really? Like, you produce more than you DJ?
Like, lunch breaks at work, any free time I have at home, I'm working on production. Like,
how do you do it at work though? Like,
Just on my lunch break in the lunchroom with my laptop and a set of headphones.
Yeah, I was about to say, you take the laptop to work.
Yeah, laptop
So if you're doing it off your phone,
the laptop comes with me everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And even like there's been times at work, like I'll be stocking shelves or something. I'm like, I think of a melody. I quickly get voice memos out. I'm like, hum it to myself just in case I forget about it. Then I can get home, go back and play it, and it's like, cool. Now I know what to start with. It sucks,
right? Because then it's like, unless you record it or you memento in a way, like a reminder, you just lose that damn, that was a good idea. And you just like, might come back to it, but it's like usually once it's come and it's gone.
Like the strangest thing I've done is the air conditioning was ticking one day, and it was like because there's an aircon right above my desk, and I was like, that ticking is really annoying. I'm like, sounds like a hi-hat. So sure enough, I went and got the ladders that we have at work and wheeled, and I actually got up the ladder, held my phone up and recorded the ticking.
Do you have it in a song we can play?
No, I don't have it I haven't put it in a song yet.
Damn it,
but I'm trying to figure out the best song to put it into, but
air conditioner
pretty much it's all it's like just a sample you wouldn't expect, like an air conditioner ticking to then be put into a song.
But it's music, like, it's
exactly.
Art. It's all art. It all comes down to art.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's epic then.
So I'm very happy with how that's performing at the moment.
With the production though, like how did you find it getting into it?
It's Ableton so I'm on Ableton, so getting into it at the beginning is, I don't want to say it's very tough, but like there's like when you open Ableton for the first time, there's just so much to do and it can be overwhelming. But once you break it down into like, okay, this is what this does, this is what you can do here, it becomes just making your own workflow essentially.
Yeah. That's it, because I taught myself all like the shortcuts, the key shortcuts, but I just couldn't figure out how to make music. I just couldn't figure it out. But you're right, it's like you break it down and like you do the intro first, or you do the hook first, or however you actually figure out the process. You can't just go, I'm gonna make a 4-minute song, bang. And you gotta go, okay, I'll make this 10-second bit, this 5-second bit, or whatever, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but it's
and people think it's just slapping sounds together and cool, that's it.
Yeah.
It's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Like post-processing on different sounds to make them sound different.
Yeah.
EQing, like balancing all the levels of the volumes.
Making sounds from scratch.
Making sound design is unreal.
Yeah, it's a completely different. People don't realize it. It's like it's engineering. It's more than engineering. It's like sound engineering is very difficult.
Like the main sound in the song I just dropped is 5 different layers, all EQ'd and processed differently to make that sound.
That's it, right? It's not just one keyboard piano just going bang, bang, bang. It's 5 different sounds.
Yeah, it was 5 different sounds, all like layered and chopped and EQ'd and processed differently, and like different reverbs, different distortions to make it all work together.
Yeah, it's epic. But then like with Ableton, what are some what would you give to people starting out? Some tips to try and get better, or like just a better workflow, I guess, right? Like
definitely, like one thing I learned was to use reference tracks.
Reference tracks. Okay.
So essentially, if there's a song that you like the sound of, you like the drums and you like the synth, put that in as a reference. Don't copy it. Use it as a reference to like balance your sounds and volumes out.
Yeah.
And then go from there and make it unique into your own song.
Yeah. Now, do you master your own tracks as well?
I'm still learning the mastering side.
I was about to say,
but I've got like Blackout Don Darko, Econ Sidetrack.
Yeah.
They all help. And there's like so many artists over in the UK that have like Patreons and stuff, and like some of the things they'll offer in their Patreons is they'll give you a free master a month. So you can send them one of your songs to be mastered, and then they'll do that for you.
And that's what sucks, right? Because it's so hard to make money in this industry. You can be so creative. You can this is what I was talking to DJ Jessica about the other day, where it's like you could be so talented on a piano, but unless you know how to record it and like follow that whole process and then get it going, but then also unless you know how to market it and get the product and the whole behind the scenes, like social media, like
that's the biggest thing at the moment. It's not just being a DJ or a producer anymore. So you're a DJ, producer, content creator, and social media manager, photographer, videographer. Like you're everything admin, all accounts, in one. Invoicing. Add in a full-time job on top of that.
Yeah,
it's so much.
Yeah,
but I do it because I love it, and that's why there's times where I sacrifice sleep. Like I'll get minimal sleep because I'm working on all of this, but I know it's going to be worth it at the end of it.
And that's it. And that's where like if you want to, like, it's like what we were talking about just before. It's like we do things just because we want to do them, right?
Yeah.
You make music not for anyone else. You do it for yourself.
Exactly.
I do this because I just love fucking hanging out with people.
Yeah.
And having chats, right? But it's like the music you're making is you. It's your creation. It's your art. But you're putting your art out there for others to see, and it's like the best thing ever. It's like what you were saying before about, like, someone plays a song, it plays your track in the audience, and you're sitting there like, damn.
Like, the first time it happened was at Metro City at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Like, hearing someone else play my song.
Someone else.
And I was like, standing in the crowd, and I was just shocked. I was there with a smile on my face the whole time. I was like, this is unreal.
But it's just putting your art out there, and it's like it's out there for the world,
Yeah.
and you never know. You know how, like, they say as well, where it's like, you know, the Sugar Man Rodriguez, and like he was in like South America, wherever it was, and it was like 20 years or something before they. Can we pull up a little thing about him where he actually, no one knew about his music, until like 20 years later or whatever it was, and then he got discovered and he became world famous. But that's where it's like you put your art out there. It might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, but it can just pop up. Yeah, Rodriguez. Really, he passed away 2 years ago. Scroll down. There's this thing about it. So in the 90s, where was it? Because he recorded like an album or something, and no one knew about him. And then it was like 20 years later, 30 years later or something. Yeah, the award-winning film, Searching for the Sugar Man. Wait, scroll down a bit, maybe? Yeah, it's in there somewhere. It's crazy. There's just some dude who just like made some really wicked music. Yeah, here we go. Recording career. Both sold few copies. In fact, 1970, Come For Reality, blah, blah, blah. In the US, he was dropped. No, wherever it is. I don't know.
He quit his music career in 1976. Yeah, there you go. Although remained relatively unknown in his home country.
Yeah. But he blew up.
Australia, Botswana, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. Right.
Yeah. And he's just some guy from over there.
Fair.
Yeah, but it can happen though,
It
right?
can happen.
Yeah. It literally, you just never know.
Yeah.
Your song might tickle someone's funny bone over in Peru, and you'll be DJing Peru soon.
Who knows?
Yeah. But you have to put it out there.
Exactly.
And that's the process where it's like, because, you know, as you were saying before, how have you found that process from going with the artist, the DJ, to now focusing on the content and the management, the business side
It's a
of it?
big change. Like, from going, like, I was just
Oh, this is
focusing.
my music. Yeah, go on, sorry.
I was just focusing on the DJing and the music, and was just pushing everything else to the side. And then it got to the point where I was like, I can't do that anymore. I have to like balance it all. So I started posting more consistently, and then once that happened, like, I did an audit on my profile, made it look more professional, and cleaned it up.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Like,
and then I just started noticing
audit.
the following count rise, and I was like, okay, we could be onto something here.
Yeah, but that's it, and that's where you have to, like, in a way, it's like you go through your personal profile and go, I have to reshape it. I have to make it more appealing to just your normal Joe Blow and your normal Jessica and your normal Jared. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's got to be, someone clicks on your Instagram profile and damn, I've got to follow that person. They look cool.
Yeah, it's like, why is this guy different to everyone else I'm seeing?
Yeah, and it's like, it's almost like your social credit score almost in a way these days.
Essentially,
and
yeah.
it's sad in a way because it's like, it's just silly because it shouldn't be like that. It should be, I still believe it should be talent based.
Yeah.
I really think it should be like, if you make some wicked songs and you put them out there and people think your music's wicked, then you kind of deserve to be in with the wicked people, right? But then if it's like, okay, you got 70,000 followers on Instagram and you've just started making music just because you wanted to, and you're like, oh, you're a DJ now as well with 3 months of experience, but you're playing in, I don't know, you're playing a massive festival.
Yeah.
It's like someone that spent 12 years doing it, like, I don't know. It's the world we live in.
It is.
It's the world we live in. So what other gigs have you got coming up then as well? Because you got the Inhibit one.
So yeah, Inhibit this Saturday for Grey and Blackout, and then Good Friday we are playing Touch Bass. There we go. That's the one.
Yeah.
So back to back with Destic, Marley for that one.
Nice.
So very excited for that.
Yeah, being back to back with her would be good. Like, she kills the decks.
Yeah, she's one of the
very
best
good
DJs
drum and
I
bass
know.
DJ. Yeah, very. Yeah, that's
So
it.
yeah, so her and I are going back to back for this one.
Very
It's going to
good
be a
drum
lot of
bass.
fun.
That's a really good lineup.
It's a very solid lineup.
Yeah, like you got
I saw it and I was like,
you
Jesus.
got Alex, Girl on Girl, you got Harry, you've got Gnarly, you've got you got Destic. I haven't met these other people. Oh, Magsy as well.
Magsy and Lynch are back to back, yeah.
Oh yeah, Magsy and Lynch. Hell yeah, yeah.
Lumia and so you got
J4E.
Yeah, so Jai.
Yeah, okay.
J. So so you got Captain, which is Lock and Carter, Cheese Boy, Flash Cult, Gnarly, Girl on Girl, so Jay. Lebowski's been unreal.
Lebowski?
Yeah, okay. Jack. So he's blown up in the last year as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you got Old Sport and Toop.
But so this is the local lineup.
So that's the local lineup for the DM Boiler Dome, yeah.
For the festival.
Yeah, for the main lineup, you've got Excision doing an audio visual show.
Yeah.
HeadX, Camel and Crooked back to back Mephius, Hole, P Money, Whitey G. I feel like there's someone else I'm missing. But it's like
that sounds nuts.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
So they're the 2 gigs I have coming up.
Yeah.
Hopefully some more sometime soon.
Well, I'll just be rolling in. Like, you're playing Inhibit now, and you're on Touch Base Sideshow.
It literally went from releasing Are You Better Now to the same day getting the message to play Inhibit. The same day, yeah. And then a couple of weeks later, the Touch Base booking. And I was like, that one song has changed everything.
That's wild that you can release a song on the same day. And obviously someone's heard it and be like, yep, all right, we'll get you on the bill. You're a producer now. It's funny with that because it's like with DJing, right? Like, I'm a commercial DJ. I'm a full-time DJ.
Yeah.
I'm playing 18 hours this weekend or 17 or whatever the hell it is. But I don't get to play at Touch Base. I don't really want to because it's not my scene anymore.
Fair.
But at the same time, it's like, you have to kind of be a producer. You have to be in that. It's the different areas, the different chapters, like the different groups of DJing, the music industry in a way. Different areas of the book in a way. But it's so good.
Like, even at the point now, it's like you see a lot of people going out, getting drunk, just having a good time, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm going out, still having a good time, but it's like, cool, what can I take from this person that I've watched? Or what can I take from this person that I've watched? Or what can I use in my production? It's like, I'll end up going home and I'll sit on my laptop for 2 hours trying to implement all these things I've remembered. And I'll literally start taking notes at an event. You'll see me pull my phone out and I'll start typing notes of what to do when I get home.
It's the way to do it. That's what it's one of those things where it's like, the meme was like the DJ standing beside the other DJ trying to sound hound whatever they're doing, right?
Like, I don't do that.
That's
but it's like,
but at the same time,
that's
it's like,
inspired me. I can go try this instead.
And you kind of turned it from like just a casual work, like just a casual place of fun to a workplace in a way. You go there to have fun, but at the same time, you're listening. Your eyes and ears, what's going on here, oh, that's cool, how the hell do they do that, like in a way, kind of.
Like, I've had people come up and go like, why are you in such a shit mood? And it's like, I don't mean to look like I'm in a shit mood. I'm just observing and like, I'm just trying to remember everything I've just thought to get.
That's it. Well, we're running out of time though, so you've got the 2 gigs coming up. Where would you like to see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Touring the world. Touring the world. That's the
Hands
goal.
down. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so...
Oh, dude, I hope you
do. The goal next year is to go over to Europe with some mates for some of the festivals, so...
Take your thumb drive, take your headphones.
If all keeps going well with the music, hopefully
go to some D&B festivals.
Playing at one of the festivals, but... We'll see.
Never know.
You never know.
Did you know... I love saying this little, story, but do you know how Skrillex became Skrillex?
Huh?
So he was in From First to Last, a screamo emo punk band, right? But then he hurt his vocal cords and he couldn't scream anymore, just like what happened with Chester from Linkin Park. But did you know he went to a show, a Dead show in Las Vegas. He impersonated a security guard, went backstage, went up to Joel, Dead and just said, "Here," and shook his hand, and on that thumb drive, because in his hand he had thumb drive, right, gave him Scary Monsters Nice Sprites.
Wow.
Joel, on YouTube, you can look up the video of where he was just like, this guy approached me, gave me a thumb drive, I didn't know who the hell this dude was, some security guard, went home, listened to it, get that guy here right now.
Yeah.
And then look at him now.
He's like one of, if not the biggest DJ in the world.
That's
look at the influence him dropping an album in one day has now had.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder how many comments, shares, likes, this, that, all of that social media stuff on his Instagram, everything from that album. he can fart into a microphone and people will love it.
like he drops the album, today's Thursday, so he drops the album Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
The next day he makes an announcement. He's doing another 5-hour set at Red Rocks, and it's
another
like...
5-hour set. Yeah, wow. But just talent.
Yeah.
Absolute talent. That's the way to do it. So next 3 to 5 years, so touring around the world?
Touring around the world.
Yeah. How many
Still
songs?
making music.
You're like...
Hopefully an album in there. Yeah. I want to make my own album, start to finish. I want to start working with more vocalists, so...
How long does it take you to make a song usually as well?
It can vary. Some days you can be on the ball, spot on with everything. Other times it can take you ages.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's what I've interviewed people that can make a song in a day, but I've also met people that have made a song in 2 months.
There's some days I could make a whole idea for a song, start to finish, and I'm like, cool. Yeah. And then it'll be months of going back and changing things and revising it to make it sound better.
Do you have the folder full of the demos, the hundreds?
I had a video the other day of the demo for Are You Better Now, and I listened to it and I was like, what the hell is this? Let me see if I can pull it up.
But you know how it's most producers, they have that hidden folder and it's all their demos?
There's a whole bunch of demos on my laptop. I'm like, no one is seeing these. These are shocking.
But it's so good though, right? Because you see, it's oh my God, there's hundreds in here. Yeah. And they might see the light of day, hopefully. maybe not. But the thing is, at least then for you, yourself, you can look back on it and go, damn. Big shout out to Grace for watching. Yeah, that's it, Fran. Marketing does suck. It's you can't figure it out. Yeah, that one. There you go. Yeah. But marketing, it's necessary, but I wish it wasn't so difficult. Yeah. I spent 3 hours today just because it's just trying to get my head around how to do all this stuff with Google Drive and integrating it into my computer and whatever else. But just getting my Instagram for the scheduling of the posts for the next 2 months to keep this thing up to date. Yeah, it took me 2-3 hours. I was procrastinating, but that's part of the marketing, right? It just takes time. I didn't get paid for it. I just want to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. How have you found the business side of social media?
Tricky. At times tricky. It's trying to see what sticks, what doesn't.
Has anyone shown you adverts and promoting?
I've never done a paid ad because from what I've heard, if you start doing paid ads, then stop doing that, it just ruins your reach. Yeah. So everything I've done is pretty much all natural. A lot of my posts and stuff. So glad you know just not even using hashtags or anything on them.
Yeah. I had no idea about that until I actually already shot myself in the foot. And it initially, it was great. It's I put $10 down. Oh, hell yeah, I got 3,000 views from that, or whatever the hell it was.
But if you stop giving them the money, then it's
And then as soon as you pay the money, you get yourself in a box. And with that box, you can try and pay to get out of the box, but you can't get out of the box. The more money you spend, the box's walls get bigger and bigger.
But you're still in that box.
You're still bouncing around that box, and you feel like you might get out of that box sometimes. But the problem is that they've got their claws on you. And that's what's happened to us, unfortunately.
One thing I learned recently was with the TikTok algorithm and how that works. So when you post a TikTok, they show it to 300 people. Yeah. And it's a point system. So depending on how many points you get, will determine if they share it to another 300 people, and then another 300, and then another 300.
Algorithms.
And
bloody
algorithms. Is wild. A like gets you 1 point.
Yeah.
Comment gets you 2. Yeah. If someone shares the video, it's 5 points. And in that initial 300 views, you need 50 points. Yeah. So you just need 50 people to like your video. Yeah. For the first.
And then it has to.
And then it keeps going up and up.
Yeah. Bloody algorithms.
And once I learned that, I was like, wow. And then learning what hooks people in. So you need a hook. Otherwise, people are just going to scroll. Because the attention spans of people nowadays are just.
But see, that's one thing I just find so fascinating, right? Because with algorithms and how they work, and you don't get a playbook of how they work. You could probably Google it and read someone's opinion on how the hierarchy of the algorithm would work.
TikTok were the ones who came out and said themselves, it's a point system. Yeah. So they've literally told people how to go viral.
Yeah, wow, okay. Because I haven't even really looked into that side of it. But see, I was just going to say, something that this is what made me really realise that the algorithm is just messed up, is that on my Instagram my Facebook stories. On my Facebook stories, a week of just posting normal things. I went to the beach, I went and got food, did this, did that. And so for my normal reach, it's usually between 80 to 120, I would say, on average, right? I was doing my diploma of emergency healthcare at that time, and I got to sit in the back of no, sorry, there was two. There was the ambulance when I sat in the back of the ambulance, and it was just to get driven around the block or whatever, just as the imitation of what it'd be like being a passenger or whatever. I put a photo up,
And that would have blown up.
and then I got 600 people looking at the fucking thing. 600 people looked at my story, right?
Yeah.
But they looked at the story because they thought I was in trouble. They thought I was in hospital or something. And people actually messaged me, which is kind of good because then it's like, yeah, okay, I might be in need.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd want someone to message me. Maybe I am hurting. But at the same time, to go from 180 to 120, and then all it looks like is, oh, I've got this bloody... Got the O2 mask, the rebreather on my face with a little bit of air going in it, just as like a simulation thing, you know, just because we're doing my diploma of emergency healthcare.
Yeah.
And then it's like, bam, 650 people.
Wild.
Yeah, in just one post. So then how do we tap into that algorithm so that way your stuff gets to 600?
Yeah.
How do you make it so like, how many friends do you have on Facebook, do you reckon?
Couple hundred, maybe?
Yeah, like, well, look, go on my Facebook profile, right? If someone can crack the code for me for this, you know, I'll give you a big hug. But yeah, check this out. So
623 friends for me.
So then, how do you tap into the whole 623 friends then? See, I've got 2,500. So if I post something, only like what 50 people will see it. How do I make 2,500 people see it?
Yeah.
Who knows? It's a bit stupid. But this is just the world we live in.
Exactly.
Algorithms, media, marketing, and the never-ending struggle and grind to just put our art out there and be seen in a way, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Things will work out for you. I reckon things.
I've been saying to a lot of people, you're the Coop. So
yeah, you're the
like,
Coop.
here's hoping it sticks because so far it's been doing wonders.
Well,
so.
dude, yeah, you got Spotify is making traction.
Spotify's making traction.
Yeah, you're playing
like,
big
two
gigs.
massive gigs within the space of 3 weeks.
Yeah, originals up.
Original
You
music.
signed to a record
there's
label in
quite
England.
I reckon before the end of the year we'll probably have 5 or 6 original Coop'd Up songs out,
Yeah, and
and not just solo tracks as well. That's a
Yeah.
little sneak peek. The next song coming out is actually a collaboration
really,
with Magsy.
hell yeah.
So
hell yeah.
if you want to hear that live,
Well, so that's it. Ollie and Magsy, those
come
guys.
to Inhibit this weekend. We're gonna play it there.
Ollie he's such a
Those
cool
two,
dude. Yeah, such a cool
they
dude.
are definitely the next, like one of the next waves. of
Sometimes he
DJs
gets
for
like,
Perth.
sometimes he gets a bit anxious because I don't know. When he just came over here, it was just funny. But Ollie and Magsy are so cool for
And then
what
like
they're doing.
finding out they were 18, I was like, what?
Are they 18?
They're 18.
Bullshit. No. So that's why he got a little bit anxious.
So Lynchy
I
and
couldn't
Magsy
figure
are
it
18.
out.
Yeah.
Because like
And
when
I was
Ollie
like,
came round, I was like, no,
what?
you're cool. What's going on? You're alright. Like, don't worry about it. Don't be anxious.
Ollie
Like,
might be a bit older, but yeah, Magsy's 18. And I was like, sorry, what?
yeah, it's the moustache.
Like I see him out at events and stuff all the time. I'm like, yeah, cool. He's my age or like similar age.
Yeah.
Finding out he's 5 years
24.
younger than me, I was like, what?
Yeah, wow. I thought he'd be 23, 24 as well.
Yeah, it's the mustache. It's 100% the mustache.
Yeah, it's the surfer boy mentality, right?
Surfer boy
Look at him. He looks like your typical Aussie beach bum.
In a good way.
In a very good way. But those guys, once again, they're making traction.
They are.
Like when I had them both do a back-to-back set in my backyard for my house party, I was like, damn, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Where have you guys been hiding?
Like, they're going to bring the energy for the show at
Yeah.
Touch Base.
Hell yeah, 100%. Definitely people to keep a lookout for. But yeah, we might as well wrap it up though. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, this has been
Fun.
good.
Good
And
time.
we'll do a group thing eventually.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get like Ollie and Magsy and like we'll get Sandy and we'll get a few of the others back
Yeah.
on. Like, we'll hang out. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, we'll do a thing. But
Sounds
yeah,
dope.
thank you so much. This has
Thank
been
you
good.
for having me on. Thank you.
And thank you, Kieran,
Thank you, Kieran.
for just being amazing. All right.
All right.
So next week, let's have a look. Next week we have Kyle coming on. Kyle Wanakas. I do this every time because I book in so many people. But let's have a look. What does Kyle do again? Kyle music. Kyle DJs. Kyle looks very cool.
Yeah, Kyle's dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And he plays with Hainsey and stuff. It's just, oh, hell yeah. And he played at Seasons at Stories.
Yeah.
So we're definitely diving into that. Because if anyone hasn't seen the videos yet, somehow those guys managed to cram thousands of people, I reckon, at stories. Or hundreds.
Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, what?
Yeah. How did they do that? It's just like, all right, let's just open up a multi-story bar complex to be a festival in the heart of a city. No ozone reserve grass, pitch land kind of thing, like cricket field or whatever. It's literally a bar in the city to have thousands of kids go to. Crazy stuff. So we're going to dive into that.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be good. It'll be very, very good. Be a lot of fun. So, cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you next week, all right? Thank you for watching.
See you later.
Cheers, everyone, for commenting and doing your thing and having fun, but thank you.
See you later.
Can't do it without you. Say it once more. See you later.
See you later.
See you later. Bye. Bye.